And then the next day, everything that I experienced, everything that I knew around me just dissolved. And in the next few months, it just like, everything just like dissolved in front of my eyes. And if a person who like, I don't want to say not strong enough because everybody's strong, but a person who is not as open as I am had to experience this, they would probably be in shock. Like, everything around me was just dissolving. The people in my life that I had in my life, and from one day to the next, they were all gone. They weren't there anymore. Like, the people that I thought were close to me, they weren't close to me anymore. You know, like, the body that I thought was healthy wasn't healthy anymore. Like, everything around me was like chaos. And it was just like it just felt like a very painful to experience that. Like, it really felt very painful. And I was actually very depressed for a few months because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand what was happening to me. I didn't understand anything. Like, I didn't understand why it was happening to me. I even got so mad that I started screaming. Like, I would literally put a pillow in my face and just start screaming because I just felt so angry at everything. I felt angry at the people around me. I felt angry at myself that I created this life and now it's not there anymore. And it's just like, as it started to settle, it's like one day I realized, wait a minute, what am I doing? What am I doing here crying and like feeling sorry for myself? I need to go out and do something about this, you know? And that's what started my journey. And since then, I haven't turned back, and a lot of amazing things have happened to me where I've been very grateful that I've actually got to experience things in my life after that were really out of this world. They were really literally out of this world. Mainly because one of the things that did happen to me was that I actually started hearing voices. And I know that some people might like hear this and think, that's because you're crazy. No, that wasn't because I'm crazy. That was like the voice. Okay, so the way that it started was, I was at work and I was during my break, I was taking a short nap. And as I woke up, I heard a voice say, "Are you ready to talk?" And it was such a like loud voice. Like, it was very loud. It was a man's voice, but it didn't have like, it was like very serious, like a very serious voice, like kind of like, what are you waiting for, kind of. It was just a very serious voice. And so I freaked out. I'm like, what happened? What is this? Like, who is talking to me? What's going on with me? And then as the days kept passing, then one time I was sleeping, and as I woke up, I heard little like children laughing. Like, I heard the sound of children laughing. And I'm just like, okay, this is weird, but it's actually kind of cool because, you know, it's not threatening. I don't mind it. And then one time and these things would usually happen when either before I would wake up, a few minutes before, or like a few seconds before I would wake up, or a few seconds before I would fall asleep. And another thing one of the other voices that I heard were actually, this was like the best one because it was just so powerful, like, for me. And it was before I was gonna fall asleep. Before I was falling asleep, I heard I heard the voices of angels singing. It was like a choir of voices of angels singing. It was just such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sound. And right before I fell asleep, I woke up really fast, and I'm like, whoa, like, you know, is this real? So I woke up, and then like I tried to fall asleep again, and there it was again. I heard it again. And then I fell asleep, and that was it. But that was like so powerful for me because it was like, there's more to life than all of this stuff that I have created in my life. And that's why I needed to leave, because I needed to like wake up in order to feel myself, to be in touch with myself, and then later on help other people do the same thing. And since then, like, everything that I look in my life, like everything in my life is so synchronistic to me. I'm always like seeing like answers to my questions. I'm always, everything that I see around me has a meaning to me, like a very powerful synchronistic meaning. It's like, I feel like animals can speak to me like energetically. plants, anything. Like, I just feel so connected to nature. I feel connected to just everything around me, and it feels really good. And through being connected to this, I'm able to really express myself and just really let go of any leftover fears that are still lingering. They're kind of trying to grab on, but they're already like, you need to leave. So I know I just like shared a lot, but I just felt like I really needed to just talk and just let everything that needed to be out. And whatever resonates with you, that's really cool. That I just really want to express myself. I want to express myself. I want to express how I feel in my heart. I want to express who I am. I want to speak my truth. If this resonates with anybody on this planet, then I'm very grateful. Because even if I don't see you, if I've never met you, even if I've never, even if I don't know who you are, we're connected. Like, we are seriously connected, because the moment that I say something and that you are able to connect to it in your mind or in your heart, we have made that energetic connection in the ether, and you can feel it. This is why when I speak through this camera and you get feelings, this is why you are able to feel, because even though we're seeing each other right now, in the ether we're connecting energetically. So this is why when I feel something, you can feel it too. And so if I have things to share that are going to inspire you, then that's really cool, because that's what I came here to do. I came here to help. I came here to inspire. And the reason I say I came here to help is because this is something that some people might not necessarily understand, but I feel like I should probably say it. I'm not originally from Earth. Like, I think most of us are not originally from Earth, but I have this knowing that I've had my whole life that I'm not from here. Like, the moment that I was born, I felt very awkward being here. Like, I've had a very hard time in the past really understanding how humans are, like how humans work and why they treat each other the way they do. I've had a hard time understanding like the pain and suffering, and understanding like untruthness, I've had a very hard time with that. And since I was little, since I was like 2 years old, I used to ask myself very, very, very strong questions. Some of the questions being, okay, it's hard. I hope you guys can understand what I'm saying. But the question that I have asked myself for such a long time is, why can't I feel what others feel? So for example, if I hit you, why can't I feel that? Why is it so blocked? Why is that blocked? And why can I only feel me? Why can't I feel everything around me? Why can I only see life in my perspective and not yours? And this question has been lingering in my heart and in my mind since I was 2 years old. And I remember this. I remember things since I was 2 years old. I remember my dreams since I was 2 years old. I've had very strong dreams my whole life. Some pretty frightening dreams, but mainly because through those frightening dreams, I was getting messages about myself, and as far as like what I was here to do. And I guess I was getting them like as scary dreams, mainly so I would pay attention to them. So it's like, and then when I was like 7 years old or 8 years old, I got to see my first experience of a UFO. And that was really cool. That was actually a really nice experience. It was like it was a very large spaceship that was really close to me and my mom and my brother and my sister. We were outside playing, and this ship just showed up, and it was so big. And at first I was scared because I'm like, oh no, like what is this? And you know, is it gonna take me away? But as I started leaving, I was really excited about it, and I started chasing it with my brother. And soon as we climbed up this hill of green grass, or kind of, it wasn't green, it was actually dry grass, but it was a hill of grass, and it had trees on the top. We saw it as it looked like it was gonna crash into the ground, but it disappeared. And that stayed in my mind my whole life. Like, I never forgot about that. I remember that my whole life until now, and I'm never gonna forget it, because that has been like a major shift in me. And the reason I say I'm not from Earth is because I have remembrances in my dreams of other places I've lived in that are not Earth. And another question that I used to ask too when I was younger was, why are the only main like beings here humans? Like, why aren't animals or like it's hard to explain. It's like, why aren't there other beings that are equal to equal to them, like equal to humans, like I guess you could kind of say like a human cat or a human, you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff. Like, why is it that there's only humans like as the main like being on this earth, or whatever you want to call it? And so that's another thing. As I started getting older, I started connecting the dots and realizing, wait a minute, there's a reason I'm feeling these things, and that has to do with because I'm not from here. Like, this, my origin of my soul is not from here. Like, the first planet that I lived in is not here. It's not on Earth. And so since then I've just been doing research about ETs and all these things, and like the more that I find out about them, the more that I'm just like, whoa, like this is me, you know, like I'm really excited about this. And it feels really good to be able to remember who I am. It feels really good to know that I'm not some little tiny being who's here to follow everybody's commands and follow God's or whatever. Like, I'm more powerful than that, and so are you. We're not like these little people that are meant to like live our days being the same every day, and being like little, and then getting older, and then getting married, and then having kids, and then having a house, and then that's not the way we're built. Like, we're so amazing, we're so powerful, and it's just like everything around in this planet is so programmed to make you feel and believe that you're not, but you are. And the more that you disconnect from those things that make you feel little, the more that you feel connected to your source and to who you really are, and the more you're able to really experience similar experiences to what I've experienced. Because it's like, you have these guides, you have this like universe that's here to help you. But if you are not open to it, you're not going to get the help. You're not going to see the help. You're going to get it, but you're just not going to see it. Everything on this planet is based out of fear. And it manifests in the world because everything outside of you is fear. Even your gods are fear. Like, even your gods that you created, that the gods that we have created on Earth, they're all based out of fear. They're not based out of love. They're not based out of unconditional love. And this unconditional love is what we're evolving to now. Like, even the God of the Bible, that's not God. Like, that's honestly, like, since I do believe in aliens and ETs and star beings, because I have experienced them in myself when I saw this spaceship when I was little, but also because I have seen them in my dreams.